The member for Lindsay has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister. Will the Prime Minister please update the House on how the Morrison government is delivering on its strong economic plan to secure our recovery?
The Prime Minister has the call.
Thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for Lindsay who is seeing the strong resurgence of our economy, Mr Speaker, through the pandemic in Western Sydney in particular. Now, Mr Speaker, the risks to our economic and national security are of course increasing with the uncertainties we're seeing all around the world. I had the opportunity to speak to the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Boris Johnson, this morning, Mr Speaker, and this is one of the many issues that we discussed, in particular in relation to Ukraine. But, Mr Speaker, a strong economy means a stronger future for Australians. And as we've been coming through this pandemic with one of the strongest advanced economies in the world, Mr Speaker, that gives us great optimism for the year ahead. And, Mr Speaker, I welcome the decision made by the Premiers in New South Wales and in Victoria today, Mr Speaker, a further sign that Australia is pushing through and coming out the other side in relation to this pandemic. But, Mr Speaker, a strong economy as we come through this pandemic in the future depends on strong financial management, Mr Speaker, and a strong economic plan. Now, that strong financial management, Mr Speaker, has been demonstrated in Australia retaining our AAA credit rating, one of only 9 countries around the world from all the key ratings agencies to be able to maintain that strong record of financial management despite the incredible pressures of this pandemic. And our strong economic plan is delivering on the ground, a plan that is cutting taxes and lowering regulation and cutting red tape, Mr Speaker, to drive investment. A plan that is ensuring that we are investing in the infrastructure and the skills development that has seen, Mr Speaker, the highest level of trade apprentices and trade training today at 220,000 than at any other time since the Leader of the Opposition was born in 1963, Mr Speaker. We are working to deliver reliable, affordable energy despite the pressures, with sensible and balanced targets for emissions reduction and investing in a gas-fired recovery to keep electricity prices down. Our data and digital plan will see us become a top 10 digital and data economy by the year 2030, Mr Speaker, and our plan for sustainable and advanced manufacturing with sovereign capability, Mr Speaker, is delivering on the ground through our modern manufacturing initiative. But today, 12,900 more jobs, Mr Speaker, in the month of January. The highest level of Australians of working age employment in Australia's recorded history at 76.3%. Mr Speaker, unemployment rate for women has fallen to 4%. 4%, the lowest number since monthly records began in 1978. Under our government, there's 1 million more women in work than there was before we came to government. Mr Speaker, the unemployment rate is at 4.2% and it's heading to below 4%. And, Mr Speaker, youth unemployment is at 9%, a fall again. And that is down from 12.7% when those opposite last sat on the Treasury benches.
Prime Minister's time has expired.